So remember, this video is for people who are starting out in garden maintenance, looking at buying their first machines for their business. So you may be asking, what credentials have I got to be able to give you this advice? Well, we're an award-winning garden machinery dealership, Garden Machinery Dealer of the Year in 2015 and Overall Dealer of the Year in 2021. I also ran a garden landscaping and maintenance company prior to starting this business. Also got a sitting guilds in horticulture, so hopefully there's enough for you to be able to give you the advice that you need for what machines you need. So the options and brands and different types of machinery that are available are vast. So hopefully this will give you some insight into what you need.
Bold wear on that exhaust.
The first one, so no matter what machine, what brand or what machines you choose, at some point they will all break down. It's inevitable. I built a business on it. Everyone will give you different advice on what machines to buy. Just make sure it is the right machine for you and for your budget. It's so important. Please make sure you buy machines from a reputable retailer, someone who can back up the product for you. It's so important. Just remember, you've got to earn money from these machines, so it's important to be able to get hold of the spares and a good backup support to boot. So in this video, we're going to talk you through 10 machines. The first 5 are your core 5 machines that you're going to need as a gardener. The other 5 you can buy gradually as you grow your business. Probably the biggest question in the garden maintenance industry is whether you go for a petrol-powered machine or a battery-powered machine. And it's pretty much down to your personal preference of which you want to go for. But for an example, if you went for battery power, you've got that initial investment of enough batteries to run your business from. Whereas with a petrol machinery, you're going to have higher servicing and maintenance costs. So it's a bit of a catch-22 of which one you want to go to. But like I said, it's down to your personal preference. Let's move on and see what the first machine category is going to be. So let's start with the most important one for a gardener, the lawnmower. Yes, nice and simple to start with. There's lots of different ones out there. There's mulchers, there's roller mowers, there's rotary mowers, there's cylinder mowers, and it's like, which one shall I go for? In my preference, you want to just go for a nice simple wheeled rotary mower, but also a self-propelled one so you're not pushing it around all the time. The best mower I can think of on the market to start out with would be the WeBang 50 SVP. It's a 20-inch wide machine. It does everything you're going to need to do it to start with. It's well made, the spare parts backup's fantastic, and it's a machine which is actually commercially rated, but still at a very affordable price. If I was to go down the battery route, I would go for the Ego range, something like the LM2135. Lovely mower, 21-inch cut. You can put the bigger batteries in it so you can go for longer as well. It's a nice machine and it's robust and suitable for what you want to do. Let's move on to the next. So you've got the lawnmower, now you're going to need a strimmer. Rather than just buying a strimmer and that you're just starting out in garden maintenance, it might be worth looking a little bit further towards a multi-tool. Because a multi-tool, you can have the strimmer attachment for it, but you can also have the Hedge trimmer attachment, you can have the edger attachment, you can have lots of different attachments that you can put onto it. So rather than having lots of different tools, you can just go for one engine unit and then all the different attachments that go with it. But again, the possibilities are endless for it. But if you go down the petrol route, my advice would probably be the Still range, the Still KM94, beautiful engine unit, nice and lightweight. So it's not just good for strimming, but if you're holding up in the air for hedge trimming, it's really lightweight and much easier to use. Going down the battery route, I'd probably go for the Ego. The Ego being the 2002 model, which is great. It comes as a kit with the strimmer, the hedge trimmer, the edger, the pole pruner, and it just comes with everything you're going to need to be able to do what you need to do commercially as a gardener. It's really robust. I actually personally use the Ego multi-tool myself for my own personal garden. Let's move on to the next one. So we've covered lawn mowing, strimming, long reach hedge trimming, pole pruning. With all of those tools ready, what are you going to do to clear everything up with? Well, you need a leaf blower. And I'll be straight to the point here. Petrol, done. I wouldn't even dream of buying a petrol leaf blower these days. The battery ones are that good. I absolutely adore them. There's lots of good ones on the market. Again, my personal favorite when it comes to battery leaf blowing is the Ego. Yes, the Ego one is just wonderful. I really like it. It's a good, strong machine and it's got some nice features on it that others haven't. So definitely an Ego battery blower for that choice there. Let's move on to the next one. So you've got the long reach hedge trimming sorted with the multi-tool, but the long reach hedge trimmer is great for the high hedges, the high sides, but when you come down to the more delicate, smaller work, lower down, you definitely need a handheld hedge trimmer. And the Petrol one that I absolutely love and has been proved to us time and time again is the Husqvarna 122 HD60. It's a fantastic hedge trimmer. It's well protected because when you're in a hedge and there's lots of brambles or something like that going on and there's nothing there on the outside that's going to get caught on, it's really well protected. It's a good hedge trimmer, 60cm blade, highly recommend it. Really nice trimmer. But if I was to go for a battery one, again, I'd go for an Ego. Ego've got several different ones in the range, but the HT5100 is an absolute star of the show. Really, really nice hedge trimmer, twisty back handle, nicely weighted, nice length to it. It works really, really well. Right, so let's move on to the next one. Right, so number 5 might not be for everyone, but it's something that I would definitely consider if you're going gardening, and that is a small chainsaw. There's so many small chainsaws on the market. There's more bad chainsaws on the market. There's good chainsaws. You've either got to go for Husqvarna or Stihl. There's no questions about it. There's no other options. They are the best. They're the best for the spare parts backup, the most reliable. And also the residual value. It's another thing you've got to consider is when you buy these tools now, let's say in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years time, you want to sell them and upgrade, or perhaps you don't do gardening anymore and you want to sell them. Then the Husqvarna and Stihl equipment is going to have a really good residual value, so you're going to be able to sell them at a good price. So for a small chainsaw, I'd either recommend the Husqvarna 120 or the Stihl MS 170. Two lovely little petrol saws. I couldn't tell you which one I preferred, to be quite honest, because they're both superb. Then if you were going down the battery route, I'd probably also look at the Husqvarna or Stihl. Ego also do a battery chainsaw just for jobbing around the garden, absolutely perfect. My preference would either be the Husqvarna or the Stihl when it comes to battery chainsaws. So it's now come to the point in the video where we give away a prize to one of our lucky subscribers. Yes, in every single video we do, we give away a prize. And today we are giving away a Husqvarna hat, or Husqvarna hat, or Husqvarna hat, however you want to say it, Cub Cadet hat and a Milwaukee t-shirt. And the lucky winner is Paul Wellburn. Yes, well done, Paul. Please drop us an email, info@hazemachinery.co.uk, and we'll get these sent off to you. To be in with a chance of winning in one of our future giveaways, all you have to do is be a subscriber to our channel and put a comment in one of our videos. So that is your top 5 core machines you're going to need to start a garden maintenance business. It's nice and simple, nice and thing. You can get them in the back of a van or even into a car to be able to take things around. But let's say you want to take it up a level. Let's say you've been doing it 12 months and you want to grow the business to other levels or other opportunities. Or customers ask you to do a specific job that you don't have the machine for. Let's look at the next 5 machines that you can purchase to extend your business. So the obvious first choice might be a ride-on lawnmower, yeah, to be able to do those bigger areas, those bigger gardens, take care of your customers' orchards and things like that. Because, you know, pushing a rotary mower around, which is only 21 inch, around a large acre garden, it's going to take a long time. So having a ride-on will probably allow you to do a little bit more work within that day, adding value to your time. What ride-ons would we suggest? Well, there's, again, massive amounts of machines out there, but I'd probably recommend a zero turn for a gardener. For the simple reason you can do the smaller areas with your rotary collecting mower, and then you can do your large area mowing with your zero turn, either throwing it out the side or mulching with it. Collecting on a ride-on level commercially probably isn't the best option. You can, but you've got to spend a lot of money to be able to get to collecting commercial ride-on mowers. So my personal preference for a jobbing gardener going around as a self-employed person would be the Cub Cadet XZ5 ride-on. It's a beautiful machine, it's a nice wide cut, it's robust, but the most important thing is the warranty that they back it up with. The Cub Cadet warranties are probably the best on the market when it comes to zero turns. If I was going to go down the battery route, there isn't something, shall I say, properly commercial out there on an affordable level as yet, but Ego have now brought out their battery zero turn machine, which if you were owner operator and you were using it, you were loading it into your trailers and taking it around to gardens and you were looking after it, I think it'd be absolutely fine. But if you've got staff who are jumping on and off and lots of different people using it, I probably wouldn't say the Ego one is quite there yet. The Americans have now this year having the next level up of that zero turn, so hopefully we'll see that soon, but we haven't got it yet. So to round that up, Definitely recommend a zero-turn ride-on mower, either petrol or possibly battery if it suits you. Let's move on to the next one. So a job that you're going to get asked to do by customers a lot more than you expect is scarifying and aeration. Yes, it's one of those jobs which you think, not that many people will go for it. But we were always really surprised how many people wanted it done. And once you talk to the customer about the process that can be done on that, it's a great little seller. And there's a lot of lawnmower drivers out there, but there's not that many gardeners with scarifiers. So it's definitely one to consider when you want to grow your biggest business. We've done a video previously on scarifying and aeration with the WeBang range. The WeBang Scarifier and the aerator, absolutely beautiful machines and definitely worth considering when you're looking at purchasing. Let's move on to the next one. So with your multi-tool, you've got a strimmer just for going around the edges of gardens and doing light grass. But let's say, again, you want to do a bit heavier strimming. One of your customers has asked, say, look, I've got this big brambly area, I need to control it, and your strimmer isn't quite up to it. You're going to need to get a larger brush cutter. Well, looking down the battery route, then perhaps a Ego BC3800 would be the tool for you. It's a good, strong, robust machine. It will run all the Ego batteries that you've already got. But if you want to go for something big and bulky, then petrol's probably still the way. Let's say something in the 500 series of Husqvarna, or with the 400 series from Stihl, so like a FS461. That would be a great strimmer as a big Bertha to be able to get those big, tough jobs sorted. Let's move on to the next one. So it's all very well having all these machines that you're going to take over the world in the garden maintenance industry, but you're going to need something to put them in. Yes, you need a trailer. And what trailer are we going to recommend? Well, it's probably a Nugent general purpose because it's a nice cost-effective trailer. It's got a really low ride height, so ideal for ride-on mowers. The ramp on the back to be able to drive it in without it being too steep, absolutely perfect to put your zero turn in. Yes, you can put mesh sides on it, you have internal load lashes so that you can put all your garden waste in there as well. So say you've done a clearing job for one of your customers where you've chopped down a load of branches and you need to take it away. Well, you've got your trailer, you just chuck it all in it and take it home. Brilliant idea. Nugent trailer all the way. Let's move on to the next one. So the final must-have machine for any jobbing gardener or self-employed maintenance person would be a chipper shredder. Yes, something you can chuck the waste through and chop it all up, either for the garden itself as mulch or to put on the beds and things, or to take away to be able to dispose of it. Yes, tree surgeons have great big ones on tracks and towable behind their vans to be able to, chop that up and have a high throughput. What there aren't a great deal of is gardeners having narrow access ones to go through doorways. And the one that I'd recommend, and one I have personally, would be the Elite Major. It's an absolute fantastic machine which will take up to about 40-45 millimeters of waste, and also green waste, so you can put through your brambles and your conifer bits and everything like that to go through it, and it will just eat it all up and chop it all up for you. So really highly recommend that. There aren't any decent battery ones on the market as yet, but you never know what's around the corner. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll find out soon, hopefully. Stay tuned for that. So that is our 10 top machines that you need as a jobbing gardener or as a garden maintenance person. There's lots of other alternatives, but that's our advice of what you'd need to be able to set up. You can have a look on our website, have a look at the prices of those machines, add it all up and put it into our basket so you can see how much it costs you to set up. It'd be a great selection of equipment to be able to get you going in the first place. So we've got something new. Yes, we now have a membership on our channel that you can join. It costs 99 pence a month, so it's less than a cup of coffee. From that, you get a badge. So when you comment on our videos, you'll have the badge that you're a member. We'll also be doing behind the scenes content, which will include live videos. And also you'll get priority access to our videos when they go live. So you'll get to see them before everybody else does. Yeah, it's 99 pence a month. It's definitely worth doing to help support our channel and grow, and to be able to do lots and lots more for you guys. So thank you very much so far, but if you want to support further, we'd be very, very grateful. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel, which is free. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye-bye.